A little bit of magic, a little bit of smoke up in these lungs. Running from the devil with my guitar. Angel on my shoulder got me this far. Had to make it happen. Go and touch the sky or die too young. But I don't take the credit for the good part. Blame it on my mama cause she prayed hard.
Trying to figure it out, but shit, the devil kept us bored. Like, should we go apply for jobs or go hit licks around the school? Still a team, but I was gone. I lost my losses. Mama pop tried to best, but I was living young and wicked. Could've made it out of sports, but in the excuses to invest. Took that self for me to get it, and that's somewhere else. Except I
A little bit of magic, a little bit of smoke up in these lungs. Running from the devil with my guitar. Angel on my shoulder got me this far. Had to make it happen. Go and touch the sky or die too young. But I don't take the credit for the good part. Blame it on my mama cause she prayed hard.
To figure it out, but shit, the devil kept us bored. Like, should we go apply for jobs or go hit licks around the school? Still a team, but I was gone. I lost my losses. Mama tried to best, but I was living young and wicked. Could've made it out of sports, but in them excuses to invest. Took that self for me to get it, and that's somewhere else. Except I
Hello everyone and welcome again to another installment of NPHL Central, this time from the playoffs. Again from the Paul Yakabuski Community Center as the Madawaska Valley Wolves take on their rivals, the Shawville Pontiacs. These two teams match up so well against each other. Both teams 2-2 on the season in their 4-game season series, both teams winning their games on home ice. Now that can be a story all by itself. But as the stats, everything goes back down to zero, it's anybody's game for this best-of-3 series. But for Madawaska Valley, been saying this a lot, they're 30 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie at this arena right here. And on the season, the only team to go 10-0 at home this season, unbeaten. So an incredible record for Madawaska Valley, but Shawville, Danik Boisvert will guaranteed be a net for them. He's looking to shine. The problem the Madawaska Valley has is they have 2 excellent goaltenders. Bradley Van Schubert did not make the enough games this season to be registered for the playoffs, but Sean Green, a 5-1 record on the season, great goals against and save percentage, and Ethan Lipensky, who's just building off of last season's incredible run, 7-4, and has had a great season. Jared Stay just missing the opportunity to be the leading scorer in the league, 29 goals on the year, and just behind Tate Leeson for the most in the league. Kelly Summers, Cody McNaughton, Ethan, Blake Bernard, and company for the Barry's Bay Wolves, looking to put on a show here for this incredible crowd in Madawaska Valley as they look to take to the ice. I really actually hope that Shawville's jerseys are coming because we will be black on black. If not, you'll see it in just a moment as Shawville takes to the ice and Madawaska Valley gets ready, folks. So game one of this epic series is getting ready to start right now. Yeah, Shawville does have a collection of incredible jerseys. This is not a time to wear the blacks. Hello, everyone, again. I'm Billy Bull alongside my trusted colleague and son who will be doing all the technical aspects you will see tonight in James Bull. We are more than excited to be here once again from the Paul Yakabuski Community Center in Madawaska Valley for this epic tilt to the start of what will be a legendary 3-game series. We expect to be back here on Monday for the series finale between these two teams. As like I said, they've taken both games on home ice, both sides in all 4 games. So we'll see what we have in store for us here tonight. And folks, I'll tell you, it's going to be one of those games that you do not want to miss. I'll tell you, when 2 rivalries face off in the regular season, worlds collide. When they face off in the playoffs, the universe explodes. It's the biggest stage to settle a rivalry, and when one is as deadlocked as this one is, it's impossible not to watch. You're in for 60 minutes of extraordinary hockey. 2 teams who have played 4 games this season, and each have won both on home ice. That sets the table for an incredible series. But when the playoffs come around, folks, I'll tell you, you can see legends step up that extra level and really come to the forefront and be a catalyst for their team. And, you know, the guys who wither under the spotlight are exposed during this 3-game set. So from Renfrew County, surrounded by Combermere and Wilno, that's where MPHL Central is tonight on night 1 of the Pioneer Division electrifying series. It only took 1 season, folks, as well to create this incredible rivalry, and it will be certainly going on for a lifetime. But the playoffs is where you can get all your frustration out that has been built up over this entire season. The team with the most will to do what is necessary to get to a loose puck, handle a guy in the corner, and fire home that game-winning goal right when their club needs it. There are going to be so many massive moments over the next 2 or 3 games, you won't want to miss a second. We are fortunate to be on hand for this incredible classic, folks. And also, you know, it's one of those things where around the league, people's eyes are not just on one game because they're curious of not just this series, but what's going on around the league and who they may face later on. We've only got a couple of finals. I'll keep you updated as the night goes on. But a final from the North Dundas Rockets, South Grenville Rangers, Game 1. Provost was busy, stopping 38 of 45 shots. Kearns with a goal and an assist, and 2 assists for Ha for the South Grenville Rangers and for the victorious North Dundas Rockets. Walsh and Ben Blasco with a goal and 2 assists each. Locke with 2 goals and an assist. Brock Higgs, Mitchell Gibson with a goal and an assist. Burton Beveridge with 2 assists. And Jenkins stopped 21 of 24 shots directed his way to continue his legacy here in the NPHL. The Tweed Oil Kings took care of the Westport Lumberjacks as Evan Morrison, in this 8-3 win, somehow found a way to be a story in this game. An 8-3 win. He stopped 52 of 55 shots in this game. Bratney with a goal and 2 assists. Lowry, Ingram, Doyle, and Elijah Bratney with a goal and an assist as well. Little with 2 assists. And for Westport, Wayman, goal and an assist. 2 assists for Edwards. And Joel Hordichuk with 23 of 25 stops in relief later on in this game. The Strathroy Jets, who lead the series between them and the Stratford Irish, are down 3-2. The last I checked, I will bring up my phone again to keep you updated on it, but it's 3-2 at the end of 2. Drog and Hernandez and Pekka with the goals for Stratford. Brandon Prust and Fizz Morris for Strathroy with a goal and an assist. Six Nations Ironman leading 5-2 in the second.
Lafone with 3 assists, Anderson 3 goals, Hill, Ratchford both with goals and an assist, and Tyler Hill with 2 assists. Porter stopping 21 of 23, and Chubbs with a goal and assist for Halton Hills, and Najem with a goal. Other games around the league: Akwesasne Wild, South Stormont Mustangs, Tilbury Bluebirds will face off against the Alvinson Killer Bees. Coggin Falls Rapids against the Manotick Mariners, Tamworth Sabres against the highly powered Smith Falls Ritos, the Deserano Bulldogs and the County Royals, Orangeville Blitz, who lead the series 1-0 over the Woodstock Lakers, and the Lindsay Barncats and the Durham Hawks face off tonight as well. So a lot going on, and a huge thing. Last season we had a couple of sponsors throughout the playoffs, all from Barry's Bay, and one that came back was Valley Cottage Raising and Moving. Such a great organization. We couldn't thank you enough for sponsoring us for Game 1 and 3 of this incredible series. Elevate your house with the help of Valley Cottage Raising and Moving. For 30 years, their family-owned business has built a strong reputation for outstanding house raising in Ottawa, Ontario. They use high-quality equipment and advanced techniques to secure buildings like cottages during the process. Contact them, discuss your project with their experts, and get a free quote with information about their lifting services. Call 613-585-3276 for more information about lifting and moving services. And down at the bottom right of the screen, right there, is where you'll find an image James put up, which we couldn't appreciate more. And it allows us to do this game and many more throughout these playoffs, and guaranteed we'll be in the championship no matter where it is, no matter what happens, we will be there to cover it. So folks, if you are ready, think twice. This game is going to bring everything that you desire in a hockey game. 2 passionate hockey clubs with everything on the line. Last season, there was no Shawville Pontiacs. This is their first year in the league, coming over for the Pontiac Comets, and they did an incredible job this year. And they started out this year actually 9-1-0 on the season in their first 10 games, but they've cooled off as of late, losing 5 of their last 6. But this is not a team that you want to take lightly, especially with them on a bit of a rough patch. They won their last game of the season, but on a bit of a rough patch, because just read you their top 5 scorers. Joey Brennan, 13 goals, 15 assists in his 17 games this year. Julian Arruda, 10 goals, 16 assists on the season. Xavier Rabi, 2 goals, 17 assists at the back end, leading the team in assists. Mark Oliver, Rasheen Waugh, 8 goals, 7 assists in his 15 games, and Jean-Philippe Caron. They are an electric bunch of hockey players, and their penalty killing is incredible, which just shows you how dedicated they are to the success of this franchise. For Madawaska Valley, this is electric. They were fine on the back end last year. They had a lot of great talent, and this year they went out and got even better. From the top to the bottom, Jared Stay, 29 goals and 20 assists on the season, going second in goals this season. Unbelievable, averaging 2.9 points a game, and has scored in every single game that he played this year, except for the first 2 of the season. He's on a 19-game point streak, leading back, way back, as I say, the 29 goals and 20 assists. Kelly Summers, he's been left off the score sheet twice this season, only twice, as a defenseman, finishing the season with 2.3 points per game as a defenseman. 9 goals and 23 assists. Brett McKenzie, another guy, 17-game point streak, 9 goals and 28 assists on his campaign. Just an electric hockey player, digs in and does what needs to be done to get the job done. Cody McNaughton, new addition to the Barry's Bay Wolves, 13 goals, second on the team, and 17 assists for his season in Barry's Bay. Made himself a household name here in Madawaska Valley. And the reason I talk about the back end, I mean, I haven't even mentioned Isaac Enright, Devin Campbell, Jordan Ryan, Stay. It's an incredible Quentin Rook. The back end of this hockey club is absolutely loaded. But they added a guy by the name of Blake Menard. He is a 200-foot player that can score not at will, but he can make electrifying stuff happen, like a Devin Campbell, an end-to-end rush, which he doesn't do nearly as frequently, but he has the skill to convert on those opportunities. This season, he found the back of the net 6 times and added 17 assists for the support there as well. Ethan Pegg, in 13 games, he has not been left off the score sheet. 8 goals and 8 assists. Owen McDade, 9 goals in 8 games. Could go on and on, but this is going to be an incredible game. We haven't gotten to the goalies yet. Danik Boisvert, he will be in net tonight for the Shawville Pontiacs. 8-5 in the season, a .420 goals against average, and an .868 save percentage. He's been the backbone of this hockey club, just like any great goalie could be. And the problem that Barry's Bay has is they have had 3, but Bradley Van Schubert cannot play. They have 2 goalies they can lean on at any given point. Sean Green finished his season with a 5-1-0 record and a .339 goals against with a sparkling .896 save percentage. It was absolutely incredible. And then Ethan Lipinski, 7-4-0 with a .467 goals against and an .871 save percentage. And Lipinski just building off of last season where he carried a lot of the season. And this year they were pretty close to splitting it between him and Sean Green. But Lipinski looks to be a big part of this playoff run for the Barry's Bay Wolves. As it ended last season in a unbeaten at home, again 3-0 at home, but ended far too short if you ask any Barry's Bay Wolves fan and brass, coach, player, any of them. They felt like they had all the gifts to go all the way, and we'll see what they can do this season. So as I say, the season series was 2-2, and the scores, listen to this, folks. Their first matchup, 5-4 Shawville. And Mont, a couple goals and assists, goal and 3 assists for Landerville. Mackenzie Summers, both with a goal and an assist, and Pegg added a goal as well. Then Shawville wins 8-5 and follows that up with Barry's Bay winning on home ice 4-1. Stay had a hat trick in that game. Summers and McKenzie had a couple of assists each, and Bradley Van Schubert stopping 29 or 30 shots for the W in that one. Boisvert stopped 22 or 25. And then the final game of the season, we had it here on NPHL Central, 9-3, Barry's Bay win. Their last meeting of the season. Kelly Summers, he was unreal in that game. 2 goals, 2 assists. McKenzie and Stay with a goal and 3 assists. McNaughton had 2 goals and an assist in that one. Lapine Campbell, 2 assists. And Kloof stopped 45 of 54 shots in that one. He was incredible, to be totally honest with you. Green stopped 19 of 20. So these teams know each other very well. There is no surprises. Oh, James, what's the highlight packages that you had? Which one should we do first?
Yeah, Shawville,
What's the what?
second one? Riverman Barry's Bay. Okay. All-Star game highlights in the regular season.
Well, our second to last game was Iron Pryor. That's the one that we'll do. So stay tuned. In a minute and 40 seconds, really, we will go to our first intermission, brought to you by Valley Cottage Raising and Moving. And we'll show you the Iron Pryor Rivermen game versus the Barry's Bay Wolves. So stay tuned for that. James has put a lot of work into a bunch of highlight packages for this game and tomorrow's game. Tune in as well as Durham faces off against Lindsay in game 2 of that epic battle. We'll have that as well for you folks. The highlights from around our season with both these incredible teams. As they start to clear the ice, I don't know if you can hear it in here, folks, but it is electric. They started filing in around the time we got here, and we are here an hour and 45 minutes before the game, and people were already starting to try and pile into the doors, and it's going to be a very rambunctious crowd. Barry's Bay brings it out pretty heavy. Shawville likes to bring their fans as well to these games. They know how important it is. So stay tuned for an incredible game, folks. All right, folks, might as well send her down now, James. As they clear the ice, Barry's Bay, Shawville. Who wants to be the hero? Who has it in them to force their body to do what it shouldn't? Who is in it to win it? That will be very clear over the next 120 to 188 minutes of fast-paced, passionate hockey. Shawville and Madawaska Valley. We thank you for tuning in, folks. We will be back from the Paul J. Yakabuski Arena here in Madawaska Valley. Don't go anywhere.
Another beautiful rendition of our Oh Canada. Great job, Ann. You blew it away. And as we get set for another epic tilt from the Paul J. Yakabuski Community Center, we give thanks to the Barry's Bay Wolves as this is our last meeting of the regular season. And they've been so supportive to us. We wanted to thank you very much for all the games you wanted us to do, and we look forward to doing some more in the playoffs. So thank you very much to the staff and the players for being so welcoming, and the fans as well. It's been an incredible experience from James and myself, a heartfelt thank you. But put it all aside, it's time to put it on the ice. The Wolves and the Rivermen, Northern Premier Hockey League action. The first puck drop is one back for the Rivermen. Saucers goes to the top of the circle and spins back, trying to make easy work. In on goal, Ryan again. The great save from Lyle. Back to Ryan, Shot from the point, redirect. That'll go into the corner. McKenzie to stay, and Lyle again. McKenzie in front and scores! I think that's his 5th shot of the first period. Jared Stay, and you can't leave him between the hash marks for too many of those, because that's what'll happen. And he fires it to the back of the net. A beautiful pass by McKenzie, and it's 1-0. Barry's Bay. Ryan Lapine behind his own net. Sends that over to Menard. Tried to get it to McKenzie, but was almost picked off. But he got it right back. Donnelly was knocked off that puck. McKenzie along the half wall, sending it rink wide, and Jared Stay. Great move around him. Another chance there, but that one's picked off by the Rivermen. Pass over to Menard. Sent back to McNaughton. Across the line to Stay. Shot, and stick got in the way of that shot and went wide. What a pass. Wark over to Menard. Menard sending it in, and the tip in front. Oh my word, what a play. And let the big dogs howl. It's 2-0 Wolves. Why he's considered one of the best in the league and one of the best captains as well. Across that blue line. Nice move in. Shot redirected, and they score! Brett McKenzie from Owen McDade, and they're up 3-0 early on in this one. Draw one back to the point. Menard, he stepped in on that one and just got by him. Oh, a nice play by Moyes. The backhand pass by Egan. Over and Green again. He's there early, and he's out at the top of his crease to make these saves look easy, but they are anything but. Back to the point, Johnson. That pass over. Flub, but Denis will send that in deep. Egan behind the net tries to wrap around, and he scored. He caught Green. I don't think he thought he was coming out as quick as he was. And that cuts this lead to 3-1. What a nice play there. A team like Barry's Bay to sponsor. Top of the circle, the shot stopped by Green. We just want to thank Barry's Bay for allowing us to sample some of the greatest food going around. To the dot there, that goes to the point, and a ripped shot, and Green. It's a nice save there off the blocker. Looking back to the point, Denis scampers over to make that play. Adrian Moyes walks in. Moyes, shot, and he scored! Adrian Moyes picked the top shelf, and it's 3-2. Great shot there by number 17, Adrian Moyes. And that rung post stayed in the net. Green comes out to play it, and he sent it the wrong way. The Rivermen on it quick. Stay in, bodies his man to the slot, but McKenzie's the only man there. And they kill a bunch of the clock. 30 seconds to go on the power play. Lapine through center. Robert Lapine, nice move, drop pass. Stay, picks it up, looking to throw down low, and he can't. And a foot race here. Breakaway, Bird
Scored on the short-handed opportunity. He buries it, and it's 3-3. Arnprior with 3 unanswered, and it silenced this crowd. The Paul Yakabuski Community Center. 2 huge blocks there now on this shift alone by Rook. What a pass over. Stay! What a save by Lyle on Jared Stay. Spin around to Johnson. Across the line. He'll stop up. He's met by McKenzie twice. There's Stay on a breakaway. Jared Stay. Oh my word. What a save. The rebound, and Lyle with 2. Can you believe it? Wow. Denherk, 3 goals and assists, as I say, for Bratney. And Dylan Ingram, goal and 2 assists. Fan favorite out there in Tweed. Back to the point. The Wolves send it into the corner. That puck will go along the wall. Back to the point. Lapine sending it over to McNaughton. The rebound! Scores! On the doorstep, Brett McKenzie. And he's got this crowd in a buzz again. His 9th of the season. And the Barry's Bay Wolves are up on top once again. Well, the ricochet off the back wall right to the tape of McKenzie in a perfect spot, and he buries it. Chance now, Robert Lapine dipsy doodling in, trying to get around him. And it's breaking in, and that's a breakaway on goal. Scored! Luca Nocita on a breakaway. Nobody covered for Lapine as he pinched in. And that results in a breakaway goal, and the Rivermen have tied it once again. And Pegg missing that puck as he was pinned against the wall. That goes up to Adrian Moyes. It's into the corner. Slot, and he scored! Arnprior takes the lead for the first time in the game, and it's 5-4 with 6:29 to go. Sends it out through center. That's knocked down. Shot, a stop by Lyle again. Back to Menard. Shot through, and Lyle makes another blocker save. Back to the point. Menard back towards the net. Backhand, and he scored! Jared Stay. Shot number 1-0-2 in the game by Jared Stay. And this one finds twine. Number 29 on the season, and it's a 5-5 tie again. Brooke sends it down along the wall. Lapine's there first, looking in front for Stay, but he'll wait. Lapine, nice play to get around him there, and they're all set up. The backhand goes to Jared Stay, to the point now, to Ryan Lapine. He'll send it low. McKenzie, Lapine, now to Robert Lapine. Shot through, the rebound's there, and he scores! A redirect, a rebound, and it's a 6-5 lead. And the Wolves have that 1-goal cushion once again. Holy Dinah. The draw is 1, back, Menard to the blue line. Kept inside the zone. The pass to the corner. Good play by Menard to take the man into the slot. Backhand goes wide. Behind the net, chip back along the wall. 17 seconds remaining. Turning to the corner. Top. Johnson, the block by Stay to the blue line and kept in. Egan, shot stopped by Green. 4 seconds on the clock, and that's it. The Outlaw Tournament will feature the Barry's Bay Wolves as well. And boy, did they have to go to war to get it, folks. Unbelievable.
Shawville, Pontiacs.
Restore your cottage foundation without demolishing and rebuilding your home. They specialize in cottage lifting, which involves raising a building off the ground to repair or replace damaged foundations. This process is also helpful for adding foundations, moving to new homes and to new locations, or adding a new floor. Our team tailors lifting solutions based on the needs and requirements of clients, ensuring the process is safe and effective from start to finish. Call 613-583-3276 for more information about their lifting and moving services. Thank you so much to Valley Cottage Raising and Moving for sponsoring us for this epic battle between Shawville and Barry's Bay. Last season didn't end the way they wanted. They fell to the eventual West champion, Smith Falls Ritos, but they took them to the limit. This season, they are also poised to bring home the ultimate prize in their mind and solidify themselves in the Outlaw Tournament. Their goaltending is a problem. Why? They don't know who to start. Sean Green, he's been rock solid, and Ethan Lipensky has picked up right where he left off last season with a terrific campaign, again, for the Wolves. Shawville will almost certainly ride Danick Boisvert, who has shown he is definitely a #1 goalie in this league for sure. It's not a game for the faint of heart, and these Warriors have a heart of stone when the ice freezes and the puck drops. Who will draw first blood? The all-important first goal. Will it lift the Wolves' den into a frenzy? Or will it silence a crowd who's been buzzing all season long for this very moment? The playoffs, where heroes are born, legends are solidified, and the dream of becoming the best in the best league in Ontario and Quebec is at your fingertips. Hello, everyone, and welcome again to the NPHL Central game of the night. I'm Billy Bull. I'll be doing your play-by-play for the evening, and alongside my trusted colleague and son, James Bull, who'll be doing all the technical aspects you will see tonight, highlights, and the whole kit and caboodle. We want to thank Valley Cottage Raising and Moving for sponsoring us for this game. Couldn't do it without you, folks. And they are going to do a nice little intro for the Barry's Bay Wolves Hockey Club, so stand by for that. And immediately following that will be O Canada with Mariah Leahy.
The starting lineup for your Madawaska Wolves. Number 4, Kevin Campbell. Number 22, Blake Menard. Number 44, Robbie King. Number 76, Owen McDade. Number 82, Cody McNaughton. And starting in goal, Mary Kazone. Number 31, Ethan Hensky. Please rise if you're able, remove your hats, and join in singing our national anthem with Mariah Brady.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love, and our sons command, with glowing hearts we see rise the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Another beautiful rendition of our Oh Canada, brought to you by Mariah Leahy. She always does an excellent job here at the Paul Yakabuski Arena. All the game is set to go. Great job, Mariah. And we are ready. At one end, your starting lineup, Robbie, David Foucher, Jean-Philippe Caron, Quinn O'Brien, and Joey Brennan. For the Madawaska Valley Wolves, Devin Campbell and Blake Menard on D. Robert Lapine, he'll start with Owen McDade and Cody McNaughton. Your starting goaltenders for tonight. Denis Boisvert, 8-5-0 with a 4.20 goals against and an 8.68 save percentage. At the other end for the Wolves, Ethan Lipensky, 7-4-0, 4.67 goals against and an 8.71 save percentage. All talk aside, the season's been reset. Let's get down to business. This best of 3 between the Shawville Pontiacs and the Madawaska Valley Wolves. Thanks for tuning in, folks. This is it. Face-off, one back to Devin Campbell. Devin, the pass on the right side, ripped up through the middle to McDade instead of his reach. McDade going into the corner after that one, sends it over to Campbell at the point. He'll snap that on wide of the net. The rebound came to McNaughton. Now to McDade in the slot. He's knocked off the puck. Good stick lift there by Lapine. Campbell send it back around behind the net, and that'll give Rabi a chance to get it out of the zone. He's met with a huge hit along the wall, and that'll break that play up. They'll have to come back into their own zone. O'Brien to Rabi. That pass back over will connect. And they'll send it out through center. Ripping it in to the corner, knocked down by Devin Campbell. Campbell turns back into his own zone, throws it over to the right side to Blake Menard. Menard behind his own net, waiting for the line change. The puck hops on him, and he'll have to battle for that puck. He gets support along the wall as well. Poirier, the point shot wide of the net. right in front here to Landerville, and he's knocked off the puck. Goes back into the corner. Campbell will try and play it. Finally gets it over. The backhand pass will connect. Poirier looking up ice. Good hard pass to Devin Campbell. Campbell send a nice crisp play into Blake Menard, streaking in. Battle for that puck is won by the Wolves. Comes back to McKenzie. He'll shoot that on net. Boisvert will have his first test of the game. Bodied along the wall, McKenzie and their supporting Stay. Stay tried to slip that right out in front to Lapine, and it was picked off. Rink-wide pass. McKenzie tried last season. McKenzie in the playoffs was unbelievable. Helping this team, just lifting them when needed. That bounced out in front of the net. Lapine slowing him up there as Peg tries to send it in low. And Barry's Bay is getting a 2-minute holding the stick penalty. Ryan Lapine will go to the box. Face off to the left. Of Lipinski. Scrum draw along the wall. He's knocked down. Goes back to the point. Campbell gets up without a stick. Finds a stick, but it's sent to the point. Back to the point again now. Left shot through. That's blocked. Boucher's blast. Into the corner. Peg. And it's lifted to the blue line, but not out. Good poke there. Walking in, shot on the forehand, stopped by Lipinski, his first save of the game. Back to the blue line. Rabi, backhand pass over the snapshot through. Lipinski saw it at the last second. Made a nice save on that one as Bujold has a nice snapshot there, and that's rifled down the ice 200 feet. They'll wait behind the net with 1:10 remaining here on the power play. Out of their own zone with speed here is Fouché. That's knocked off his stick. The forecheck is doing them some great work here. Brennan sending that over, and he's in through the neutral zone. The drop pass, the shot goes wide of the net. And Lipinski will pounce on that and hold on for the whistle. Oh, leave it in your pocket. To the right of Lipinski. Maybe I should switch headsets in if you're not going to use that one. Draw to the right of Lipinski. Run around the wall, trying to get it back to the blue line, and they will. Roy sends that over to the dot. Back to the blue line now. Over to the near side by Roy. The shot redirected, and it goes into the corner. Back to the blue line, sent low. Into the corner now for the Pontiac.
Comes out to center ice. This isn't going. Comes out to center ice.
Folks, technical difficulties. Back into Shawville zone as they are pressured by McDade. Up ice pass behind enemy lines. Trying to get in. They will. Good stick there. Back now. Shawville in the backhand pass to the slot. Knocked away, and they're playing 5-on-5 now. Out through center. With speed is Bolton. Around a man. Bolton to the net. Backhand pass in front of the net. Back to the point. Campbell winds up. Sends it to McDade. McDade's pocket is picked. And the Pontiacs are out through center. Louisiana. That pass over connects, sends it back into Louis. A big hit there by Lapine. They got the rough stuff going early. Bolton, headman pass to Lapine. Lapine loses that one, but it's sent down into the Wolves zone, and it's going to be an icing and sent 200 feet down the ice. Great action to start this one, folks. If you're just tuning in, these two rivals finished the regular season at 2 wins apiece, both getting their wins on home ice. So this game is very important, as every game will be. Oh, Poirier trying to get in. A good play by Lapine to come after that one. The shot. The rebound. He sent it just wide of the net. Looking back to the point. No, he'll send it low. That's knocked off his stick, but it will get back to McKenzie. They've got all the Pontiac right in front of the net. The shot from, Devin Campbell. A high stick indicated, and it'll be touched by Lapine and called outside the zone. With 14:53 to go here in the first period. Great action early. Hello, Cheryl. Unfortunately, Carter, we wanted to make sure we gave Durham a game. They've been very supportive to us this season as well, so we'll be doing that game. But if there's a game 3, we will be back here in Barry's Bay, and we'll be doing every single home game for Barry's Bay and any of their elimination games as well. They will get first priority, as they've been asking us the most throughout the season. So if they want us, we are here. Joshua, hello, my man. Good to see you. Hope everyone's doing fine in the chat and watching the broadcast, as this game is just exactly what we thought it would be. Fast-paced and a lot of passion by these two hockey clubs. Behind the net is Sinclair battling for it, and he is being harassed like there's nobody's business and drilled along the wall. That's knocked up into the air. Peg. He's hit up against the wall there. Trying to come out with that one is Laurent. Pinned up against the wall. Knocked down again. They're wanting a penalty, and it will not come on that play. Tried to sift that in front to Sinclair. And I'm pretty sure Barry's Bay is going to get 2 minutes for that one. Let's see what comes from this. So we got a little break here. Realign your floors with their house leveling projects. They relevel cottage foundations and slanted floors, carefully lifting a selection of homes and installing pillings that realign the house. Call 613-583-3276 for more information about lifting and moving. That's Valley Cottage Raising and Moving. Thank you for your support. Well, that is going to be coincidental minors. It looks, unless there's another one in Barry's Bay. No, that's just a stick. Looks like it'll be coincidental minors. 5 aside. A little bit of roughhousing after the whistle. Never hurt nobody. Draw to the left of Boisvert. One back into the corner. Roy sends that around. That goes back to the blue line. Juggled on him for a second and sent back in around the boards by Rook. Sent over now to the dot. Lapine sending it into the slot area. Knocked off his stick. And they wanted a diving call there as McNaughton put his stick on the colors of his jersey and he went down. That pass over to McNaughton, and that is going to be an offside. I can guarantee you right now that they are giving it to Joey Brennan on that one. I'm pretty sure he is not too impressed with the Barry's Bay Hockey Club right now. Let's see the jawing after the whistle. The draw one back to Fouché. Back over to him again. Sending that up through center. Knocked down by Poirier, and he couldn't come up with it. Streaking through center ice now is Luziang. What do you say his name? Luzingnan. Back in behind the net. Menard. Sent back to Menard again. The team, I'll tell you, the intensity is already picked up to a high caliber, folks. The hitting behind the play, it is getting wild already. Poirier sends that around the wall. Be met with another big hit. This is where it happens, folks. The playoffs is where the bodies start flying. Looking back to Campbell. He sends that over to the open side. Menard, the shot through, and Boisvert gobbles that up without a rebound. Good thing, because he was sitting right on the doorstep, ready to tap it home. Great start to this one. Would you have expected anything less? Me neither. Draw to the left. One along the half wall. Picked up by the Wolves. Trying to dipsy doodle in. get it back to the point. No, into the corner, back to the slot. McNaughton the shot, and a kick save by Boisvert. To the blue line and kept in by Lapine. Lapine has been engaged from the first whistle. Robert Lapine sends it towards the net and an open side. Blocked away by Boisvert. Into the slot now again. Boisvert just couldn't hang on to it. And backpedaling into the neutral zone will be the Wolves D, and Rook and Campbell. Drop pass. McDade was coming back with a stride, and a penalty coming to the Barry's Bay Wolves again for a slash. Well, they'll go to their second power play of the game. And we're only 7 minutes, 56 seconds into this first period. Great battle between two great clubs. They battled all season long for second place. That draw scrummed and won back to the blue line. You know Jared Stay, if he gets a chance, he's going to fly out of that zone. Point shot through. Lipinski catches that one in the logo. Holds on for the whistle. Madawaska Valley, 85% on the kill on the regular season, 17% on the power play for Shawville. 2 power plays in this one. They're looking to get one on the board. 11:55 to go here in the first. Kick back to the blue line. That pass is sent over. The shot fired it short side and wide to the half wall. Tried to throw it back down low. McKenzie was there. Picked up a circle. He couldn't get it on his forehand fast enough. That's a pass over. Back to the blue line. Shawville set up. Quick pass to the blue line again. Sent over to the near side. Maisonneuve back over to Rabi. Or he fans on that one. And it's McKenzie to Stay. Stay, a shot and a good hard wrister. And Boisvert sets the pad down and makes a tidy save on that opportunity. Jared Stay does not need a reason to try and score a goal, folks, let me tell you. Off and running. He's a big guy too, but he's got a lot of speed coming through that neutral zone. Draw to the right of Boisvert, and that's one back into the corner for the Pontiacs. Fouché settling the puck down. 1:10 to go here in the power play. Fouché skating it through center. Dropped off to Caron. He'll get his way through and around the D. Throwing it back out in front, and that's knocked away by McNaughton with a big hit along the wall. Looking into the corner. Shawville will move it back to the point. Broken stick and a knockdown in front of the net. There's going to be a 2-minute penalty. Good battle by Blake Menard to draw that one. 51 seconds remaining in the penalty to Ryan Lapine. Actually, I think it was Robert, wasn't it? 44. Yeah, it was Robert. And then Barry's Bay will get their first abbreviated power play of the game. Their clip was 22% on the season. Shawville's kill sat at 86. They're both very close in the penalty kill, but Madawaska Valley's power play really picked it up by the last part of the season. I remember coming here, I think they were sitting in 15th percentile or something like that. They really picked it up. That's drilled over into the corner. Trying to get there first will be Joey Brennan. He will. Tipped away and picked up there by Cody McNaughton in a great second effort. Send that back to Menard, over to Devin Campbell. Campbell back to Menard. Menard looking up ice. He's got Cole Bolton with him, but he'll send that in. And that's knocked off and sent out through center. Devin Campbell gets there first and behind the net. And Brennan pinning it up against the wall. Sent back around to the blue line. Shawville really controlling early here. Sent over the shot, and they look forward. The redirect and a big hit there by Cole Bolton. Huge hit along the wall on McNaughton. That's going to put a bit of a sting in this game, folks. It is getting crazy already with the hits. It's got to be loved back home, as it's incredible here in the arena. Brennan sending it along the wall, but that's picked off by McDade. He's got his head up the whole way. Around one. McDade, the drop. Stay tried to give it back to whence it came, throwing it back to Campbell. Campbell sends it over. They're on the power play now. Lapine shoots. He fired it just high and wide, and it goes back to the blue line. Campbell back over to Lapine. Lapine sends it over, and in the feet, tries to get it back to the point. He will. Campbell, the shot, the redirect was there for McDade, but it was deflected up into the mesh, and we'll have a face-off just inside the Shawville zone. 49 seconds of power play time for the Barry's Bay Wolves. Draw to the right of Boisvert. Lapine can't come up with that one. McKenzie in behind the net trying to pick that up. Great active stick work and feet. Lapine back to Devin Campbell. Campbell at the point, setting it up. A little sift pass over to Lapine. Into the corner now, sending it out front. Lapine, his feet and stick, and couldn't come up with it. And a note, folks, I just seen this now. Kelly Summers not in the lineup for the Barry's Bay Wolves. Sent along the wall and trying to get at the blue line. There is nobody covering at that blue line if it come back out. Good luck on that. Well, it shows that Kelly's in the lineup, but I don't see him over there. There's no way. I've missed him this whole time. That's sent over. Lapine trying to walk his man. He was knocked off onto the seat of his pants. Ripped a shot, and Lipinski snares that one. The hometown boy gets a rousing cheer from this capacity crowd. It's a big one on hand here from the Paul Yakabuski Community Center. Really from both sides. Shawville has brought a great group of fans out here, as well as Barry's Bay has been filling this arena all season long. This one's right to capacity. Like, I look down there and all I can see is fans on both sides of the ice. We'll see if James can get a look of it at some point in this one. Ooh, McNaughton tried to send that one up, and it will go 200 feet for an icing. To the left of Lipinski. This scrum draw goes into the corner. Menard will send it around to Peg. It hops on him. It's sent into Lipinski, and he'll steer it out of the danger area. Along the wall, Poirier. And Menard trying to bring that out. And that comes back to the point from Lafreniere. That's blocked. Looking to get on a breakaway. Poirier's in on goal. Shoots! He put it up over the net. And he's knocked into Boisvert. And that will bring a close to that one. Boisvert, I think, knew it. He's had the pins taken out from underneath him, and he slid right into Danny Boisvert. Another great season for Danny Boisvert. And I'll tell you, I'm really glad they changed their jerseys, because those black on blacks would have been pretty tough. Shawville has some beautiful jerseys, and we know what we've said all year about the Barry's Bay jerseys. They're beautiful as well. Sinclair wins that back. Lapine will pick it up inside his own zone. Sends that up to the blue line and in, but controlled by the Pontiacs. That hits the stick. Good defensive play there. And it broke up that play. Laurent, he'll send it in. It'll get right to Denis Boisvert, and it will turn into a face-off inside the Shawville zone. Every single play after the whistle, a bit of pushing and shoving from both sides. This massive crowd is usually a little more rambunctious than this, but with the intensity of this game and it being knotted at zeros early on, I'll tell you, folks, the anticipation, you could cut it with a butter knife. That puck bounces on him, trying to dig in there for that, but Raby comes up with it, sends it along the wall. Brennan, headman pass there, to get it out through center to receive. What a save by Lipinski to scamper back into the blue paint and make a save on that one. Holy Dinah indeed. Well, coming off the bench now, Quinn O'Brien, the captain. His mates from Shawville facing off here against McDade. and company. He's got Rook to his left. Scrum draw back to the blue line. Shea, the shot through. Great job in front of the net to tie him up by Quinn Rook. Flips a pass over to Devin Campbell. Sure-footed as a mountain goat he is. Number 4 for the Wolves. Through center, McDade trying to get around him. Any drop pass to Lapine. Good hit by Rook. You know that he's going to be laying the body all night long. McNaughton is only going to take that for so long. He's been hit 4 times in this game, and it is going to turn the old McNaughton into a don't do it again. Sent in now deep by Quentin Rook. That'll go to Boisclair, and he'll hold on for the face-off. 12 games on the schedule tonight. The playoffs are in full effect in the Northern Premier Hockey League. We will keep you up to date as much as we can as this game rolls along. And it's been a couple of finishes already, but it's been quite a start already to the playoffs here in the NPHL and the Metro and the Capital. And that's back to the blue line. Menard will send it around to the wall. A little bit of a late hit there. Back to the blue line again. Menard setting up with a screen. He'll flip a pass over. Shot by Stay, short side and wide. Menard, penalty coming. Rifles it on goal, and Boisvert will hold on for the faceoff. It was a interference, I guess it's holding. I think that's what he signaled, but it looked like a late hit to me, to be honest with you. 2 minutes for the Wolves. Penalties coming fast and furious in this opening frame. Lapine, McDade, Campbell with Stay at the point. And it looks like McKenzie on the left side. It gets into his jersey. He'll send that quickly back to Campbell. Sends it over to the sharpshooter and Stay. Back to Devin Campbell. To the near wall to McKenzie. Back to Campbell again. He snaps it through, and it just deflected wide of the net. McKenzie back in behind the net to McDade. Sends it over to the near wall to McKenzie. Campbell the shot. Deflected wide. And they'll scoop it back to the blue line. Campbell, now's the time to Stay. Guaranteed, number 17, sends it over to him. He'll go back behind the net. Passes it over, and he fired it just over the net. Pass over. McDade shot. Hits a skate. Goes into the corner. McKenzie faked the pass to Campbell. He'll go down low. McKenzie drops it off, but that was red. Picked off and sent into the mid-ice area, hitting the defender. Back to Campbell. Kept in. Full minute inside the Shawville zone. Fake the pass to the point to Campbell. Back down to Stay. Into the right side below the dot. A shot, he scored! Owen McDade fired it top shelf, and Barry's Bay lights the lamp first in this incredible game. Holy Dinah, what a shot. Owen McDade from Jared Stay and Devin Campbell. I didn't see a shot from Jared Stay on that shift, surprisingly, if you can believe that. What a play. That's one back for Barry's Bay. Sent over to Devin Campbell, and he'll rush through center, sending it inside the Shawville zone, and Ethan Pegg was there first, but he couldn't get to it. They tried to drill it towards the net. Sifted the pass over to Pegg. Pegg down low to Laurent. Looking in front of the net. Couldn't find the handle. The corner. Pegg sends it back to the blue line. Sent over to Campbell. With a screen in front of the net. That's knocked down in front of the net. Back to the blue line to Devin Campbell. Quickly off the wall. The shot and redirect just goes wide. Nice tip in front by Laurent. You've got to have that front of the net presence to make something happen. Sent through center. Good defensive play there by Menard. Campbell shoved away from the puck, but he stays with it. Good stick there by Blaze, but he couldn't come up with it. Sent over to the near wall now. Plouffe knocked off the puck by Campbell. Stay turns away from a hit there by Xavier Raby. They're in over the blue line, but it's offside, so they'll have to turn back. Plouffe just about labeled by Stay. Stay will pick the puck up, and he just lost his footing, was Poirier. The blue line and out. Menard will send that back to whence it came, into the corner. And Shawville will be the first team to get there, but pressured by McKenzie and Poirier. Sent around to the near wall. Stay and Rook were on him. Forced to pass out through the neutral zone. And Lapine knocked down at the logos at center ice. Shawville sending it out through the neutral zone. Lapine will send that back in, and Denis Boisvert will leave that. It's drilled around the wall, down into Barry's Bay zone, but it's going to be too far and be 200 feet back into the Shawville zone. 1-0, 3:33 to go here in the first period. Back and forth, physical hockey from the Paul J. Yakabuski Arena in Madawaska Valley. You're watching it on NPHL Central on YouTube. Draw. Dade set up. He's got McNaughton to his left. That's one back for Shawville in behind the net. It's sent over along the glass. Knocked off the puck, and it's sent in. Ryan Lapine knocked his man down just outside the blue line. Barry's Bay's Blake Menard had an incredible season. To Cody McNaughton, the two new guys. That shot is deflected behind the net. It's sent around the wall. It'll get to the blue line. No, Wolves know it, so they'll retreat into their own zone. McDade, that pass over connects to Blake Menard. Sending a long pass up to Cody McNaughton again. Over to McDade. McDade goes to the outside, looking to get a hard snapshot off, and rolls off his stick. That's sent back out through center ice. And now the second half of this first period is owned by the Wolves. Campbell turning on his man. Gives himself some room. He'll send that along the wall. Settled down for McNaughton as it bounces 4 feet in the air, just as I say that. Shawville under attack. They've been laying the hits to Barry's Bay in this period, but the Wolves, that's offside, and it'll be brought outside the blue line. I'll tell you, there's no love lost between these two clubs. They're rivals. And it only took 4 games, 1 season. These two have built something that I believe will go on forever. Just outside the line, won by the Pontiacs. They'll retreat into their own zone. Jacob Roy sent back along the wall, and Roy will receive it from Rabi. Just got away from the forecheck of Laurent on that one. Passed along the far wall, and Campbell gave him a shot, and they'll send it in, and Cole Bolton will be there first against Roy. Drills him into the corner, give him a little bump. Nice play, back to the point, just out of the reach of Nolan Rook. Lipinski will leave it for Devin Campbell. Campbell stops up, $1:40 to go here in the first frame. Far wall, near wall, and out. Campbell, or Stay, I was talking about Campbell in their own zone. Stay the shot, and he tried to fire it through the wickets of Boisvert, but he closed it up quickly. A lot going on behind the scenes there inside the Barry's Bay zone. And cooler heads will prevail. And we'll stay 5 aside. McKenzie, 1. Poirier could not come away with that one. Back through center. And the Pontiacs sending it in deep. Going after that is LaFontaine. He'll be bodied by Rook there, center along the wall. And Stay will let it go as it rolls out of the Barry's Bay zone. Sent back in. Lipinski will steer that over to Rook, and Quentin Rook will gobble that one up. Rook sent out through center. Jared Stay, and he was covered for the first time this year by somebody. It was Fouché inside, almost inside the Shawville zone. He has quite a knack of getting in behind the defensive lines. Nobody seeing him and finding a breakaway opportunity. Not on that play. He's been a dish machine as well in this game, feeding off to his teammates. And with 47 and 7/10 remaining in the first period, stay tuned. After the first intermission, we'll have the Shawville Pontiacs versus, can't remember, but is it Manitic?
No,
Huh?
it's Shawville versus the Wolves.
Oh, right. I'm an idiot. Across the blue line and in. And Campbell, Menard, and Lapine come together to thwart that offensive rush. Campbell in the corner, chipping that up to McDade. That's a nice little neat pass to Robert Lapine, and he'll carry through the neutral zone. Robert Lapine to the half wall here. He's knocked off the puck there by Fouché. And he'll backhand that one, and it'll come to the neutral zone with speed as Quinn O'Brien stops up, sent over into the slot, shoots, and a great save by oh man, what a save by Lipinski. And that's going to be brought down and inside the zone, I think, but Ethan Lipinski, the stellar blocker save there, bringing him from his right to his left and then firing at blocker's side. Lipinski would have none of it. What a first period. Looks like McDade coming off here early for some repairs. Huh? Oh, yeah. I guess there's a 0.6 seconds remaining on the clock. And that will do it for the first frame. Score after 20. Barry's Bay leading 1-0, and they come off to a, as always, roarous ovation, and the young lads and ladies there to give them the old high fives and whatnot. We will do the Barry's Bay Wolves versus the Shawville Pontiacs the last time that we were here. A highlight package made up by James Bowl, brought to you by Valley Cottage Raising and Moving. So enjoy this, folks. We'll be back with the out-of-town scoreboard. Thanks for tuning in on NPHL Central. Draw actually outside the zone. DDD pass, fires that up to the neutral zone, and McKenzie had him all tied up in knots. Along the wall, sent through. Jared Stay in, keeps it away from him, gets that shot off, that wicked wrister. That goes back to the point. Peen again, throwing it in behind the net to the dot, and the shot blocked. Rebound, scores! Kelly Summers rifles one home, and the Barry's Bay Wolves are on the score sheet first, and why not? Kelly Summers. Face off to the left. Point chance. Campbell the shot. Scored! Cody McNaughton tipped it in, and it's 2-0 for the Barry's Bay Wolves. That'll hit a wall and go all the way back into the Barry's Bay zone. 1 minute remaining in the power play. Trying to find out this penalty. Yeah, 10-minute misconduct for Jason Nargue. Over to Devin Campbell, sending it low. The puck hit something, hopped over Robert Lapine's stick. Looking into the slot, he'll send it back down low. Campbell lurking, trying to get down low. Kelly Summers. Strivers the blue line, over, and a shot and a goal! What a shot by Brett McKenzie. Ripped the water bottle right off the top of the net, and Barry's Bay has got a 3-goal lead. Draw to the right of Plouffe. One back by Pontiacs. A shot, scored! Ripped it through. Ethan Pegg finds the back of the net on a blistering snipe shot, and Barry's Bay leads this one 4-0. George Ryan sends that up to Andrew McDonald. That'll go into his feet, no icing. Page sends it around to the far side, and that's knocked down. Looking into the slot, back to the point to Kelly Summers. He tried to get into a nice little opportunity there, and he throws it in after he was being harassed to the corner. Looking up ice for a break opportunity. No, they'll send it over. And going streaking was Jean-Philippe Caron. Now they're in. Stick lift there. Shoeless up to Stay. Jared Stay on goal. Scored! How does he do it? For a guy that has so many goals, how does he get behind enemy lines for breakaways on streaks? I don't understand it. Whenever we're here, he finds a way to get 1 or 2 a game. And it's not like he's not playing in the defensive end. He's playing his defense, but somehow sneaks up behind 3 defenders, and he's all alone. I don't understand. Face off, 1 to the point. Kelly Summers throwing it back into the half wall. Back to the point to Summers. Over to Devin Campbell to Stay. They got McKenzie down low, and he's got the puck now. Back to Stay. Stay looking to the point. Devin Campbell pick it up. Shot through, and that's blocked by McKenzie. Summers to Stay. That was prime Stay opportunity there. Into the slot now. Swings at it. Rebound! What a goal! Brett McKenzie fires it top shelf on a hard work in front of the net. No, that's McNaughton in front of the net. Cody McNaughton fires it top shelf. Hard work all the time by number 82. Ray's Coop goes in after that puck. Ryan will be there first, knocked into the wall. Spins on his man. Braze Coop sends it down low to get the cycle going, but a good play by Zachary Page to pick that off, and Shawville sends a long pass up across the blue line. Sends it into the slot area, and that's picked off. And Jake Sinclair is hit by a truck called Jean-Robin Mantha. He's in and scores. What a shift by Mantha. Knocks him down. Sinclair, the mid-ice, and finishes the play in style. Big man in front of that net, and really smart power play here. Made up by Maggie and company. Draw. It's going to be kicking out Robert Lapine. The face-off. And now redo it. Minute 35 left in the power play. 17:58 to go here in our final frame. Good pass. Oh, a nice try there by Lapine. Got waved out of the draw, but almost had himself a nice goal in the wing. Summers to Campbell. Back to Summers. He walks in. Shoots! Scored! Kelly Summers. You can't give him that much room. He'll pick the top shelf. Very physical hockey game. And Barry's Bay is really, they were ready for this one, let me tell you. Shawville is really trying to find the third period. Win a period, but that one's tipped, and that's in the back of the net. What a nice shot and a great redirect. It's 8-1, Barry's Bay. Back to Kelly Summers. Summers being hemmed there. Find a way to get it down low to McNaughton. Looking in front of the net for Schulist. Lapine along the half wall. Nice play there to get it back to Kelly Summers. Throwing it in behind the net and around to the other side. Could be picked off by Caron, but he'll lose that battle to Devin Campbell. Campbell takes the hit, throws it back to McNaughton. He'll go in behind the net. Waugh battling with him. Schulist walks out. Nice move into the slot. Schulist scores! Jack Schulist finds the back of the net and a snipe shot there. And it's 9-1. Barry's Bay draws one. By Powell, send that over. A D-to-D pass from Plouffe. Send over to Aruda. That's into the corner. Top of the circle now. Captain trying to set this one up. O'Brien, that shot, and he scored. Fires it through, and that'll kill a 5-on-3. There'll be 5-on-4 for the remainder of the game. Brett McKenzie out of the penalty box. Trying to figure something out there on the bench. They'll make it a 5-on-4 here. Face off, one back. Poof. Pass over. And Shawville to the mid-ice area. Across the line is Aruda. Sent down low to Powell. Back to Aruda to Powell. Back to Aruda. Shot through, redirected wide of the net. Sending it low, Powell along the half wall. Looking over to Aruda. Top of the blue line there for Plouffe. Back over to Aruda, he'll walk in. Get to the dot, send it into the front of the net, and everybody vacated except for McDonald and two other Barry's Bay Wolves. 2:22 remaining in this game that Barry's Bay has really put on a show for the hometown fans, and they will improve to 28 wins, 2 losses, and 1 tie here from the Pontiacs Arena since their inception into the NPHL. Around the boards, along the half wall, kicked out the corner. Back to the point it goes. That's over now. A shot scored. He didn't see it. Good screen in front of the net, and it's 9-3 now. Barry's Bay. Far wall. And that theirs will be sent down the ice, and that's going to end this game. And the crowd gives them a nice cheer as a really impressive 9-3 final for the Barry's Bay Wolves. Great job, James, on that highlight package. Valley Cottage raising and moving, our sponsor for tonight's game. We want to thank them very much for their support. The best cottage leveling and lifting. Besides cottage leveling and lifting, though, they also provide professional landscaping services. Their skilled team is experienced in lot clearing, bulldozing, and excavating services for cottage owners. With their landscaping services, homeowners get the outdoors of their dreams. Reach out for more information about their landscaping options for your cottage in the Ottawa Valley. Call 613-583-3276. Valley Cottage raising and moving. And we are moving along here to the I thought it flipped out. We are moving along here to the highlight, to the out-of-town scoreboard. Some updates from games we haven't known the finals to yet. So this is an interesting one. All night long I've been looking at this game, and it was